The word dream is always used in a positive context, especially if we look at anime, many of which revolve around the main character's dream. For example, Naruto dreams of becoming Hokage, or Luffy who wants to become the Pirate King, and so on. But often, the reason behind the dream stems from childhood trauma, which the plots usually overlook. However, in Attack on Titan, Erwin's dreams beginning as a trauma and its end are detailed, and today I want to discuss exactly that. Erwin was inquisitive from childhood and always asked logical questions about issues where the answers were vague or hidden. This was also the case when he asked his father, who was also a history teacher, why there was no information about humanity before the walls were built. His father answered this question at home with a theory that the king erased people's memories after building the walls. Erwin spread this theory among his classmates, which led to his father's killing by the Royal Military Service to silence him. After this, Erwin stopped talking about this theory and generally limited his dialogues. This shaped his personality, serious, less emotional, sharp with words, but at the same time not very talkative, a trait that followed him into adulthood. His father's death also became the starting point for his dream, finding and understanding the truth for which his father was sentenced to death, restoring the history that was destroyed by specific individuals unknown to him and society. But realizing this dream was not so easy, and Erwin knew this well. He knew that he would have to act somewhat selfishly and make decisions accordingly. But behind this seemingly cold personality was a small emotional child who loved not only the people around him, but all of humanity. This is the curse I mentioned in the video title. Sometimes dreams and the love for someone or something become hindrances to each other. From a moral standpoint, it is logical for a person to give up their dream for the well-being of others, loved ones, and to act in a way that doesn't harm others. But in the individual's mind, everything is processed entirely differently, and making such a decision for oneself is much more difficult than deciding for someone else. A goal that has existed in a person since childhood often becomes the meaning of life and the means to protect oneself from any obstacles. No matter what kind of problem the individual faces, the motivation to continue living and acting is not lost, because in their mind the entire world revolves around achieving this goal, and that is the only important thing. The existence of two such powerful variables that can intersect and force a person to make a choice creates a bigger problems than any obstacle created by the existence of a single variable. At this moment, the individual starts to realize that their existence independently has no meaning in relation to the world. Thus, their life and actions taken separately are meaningless. At this moment, they are likely to allow themselves to give up, not only in the sense of stopping fighting for their goal, but generally ceasing any action. This is the moment when the individual begins to perceive themselves as standing alone against the world and realizes that compared to the world, they are not even a dot. This leads to the conclusion that they are not the main character, and the world does not revolve around them, but they are dependent on absolutely everything. The next step is the hardest, and very few people in real life have managed to take this step and continue not only to exist, but to live. Finding one's place in life to become a part of this big whole is something that every person has a different opinion about how, and there is no specific formula for it, nor will there ever be. However, finding this place is essential for a person who has gone through the process mentioned above, because they are suspended in the air without any direction. But before reaching this point, the individual must give significance to action and existence in general. This should happen by realizing that they are part of something, an important part, which even centuries later will change something. The world cannot and will not fit into the time frame that constitutes a person's life. It existed and acted before and created you, and it will continue to exist after you, and thanks to you, other new people will be more developed and closer to changes or already in a changed state. This was what Erwin had to realize in a few minutes before his suicidal attack, while talking to Levi, which once again shows how brilliant a mind Erwin possessed. But to turn this realization into reality, it needed to be voiced aloud, and not only did Erwin have to realize this, but his comrades too, which happened through his excellent speech. The worldview of Erwin's character is an excellent topic for viewers, because based on it, we can touch upon and discuss many psychological and life issues. That's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you to everyone who watched the video till the end. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.